Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way right at the beginning, because it's possible I could get flamed for this excessively online. But I have seen Wicked for Good.
That's right. Yeah,
watched it last week, and it was just okay, man. It was just okay.
So, I haven't seen the first one yet. I finally put it on a list of shit to do. It's a long list, but it's on there now.
It is at least on there.
Yeah.
It's also a long movie, so.
Oh, well, see, so it tracks.
But I'll be honest with you. The first one is, I think, about 30 minutes more longer than the part one. I'm sorry. Part one is like 30 minutes longer than part two.
Yeah.
But part two feels longer.
So you're not the only person though who I've heard say that they vastly enjoyed part one to part two.
Yeah, the play is the same way, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But like the thing about it is, when you go to see the play, you watch part one and you go to 15-minute intermission,
right? And
then you come back and you watch part two, and you're still kind of riding off of the high of part one. But like what they're doing right now is they're asking Wicked for Good to kind of stand on its own as like a sequel. Mm-hmm. And it is the epitome of doesn't have a leg to stand on if that's the case. I don't get it twisted. Like it's nothing to do with the cast other than Michelle Yeoh. She was fucking terrible in part two. And I've never said that about her ever. I've always loved her work. I especially love her in Crazy Rich Asians. That's a great movie. It's like the only rom-com that I like, period. But and I didn't mind her in part one either. I thought she was good. But in part two, man, seeing her, like her being next to the cast that she's with, they're all impeccable. And like, she's just not great. And, so that doesn't do her any favors, is that, she's part of this ensemble where every single one of them is capable of carrying the whole movie on their back. And, like, she's like, they're pulling her on a rope like 100 feet that way, and she's, like, not even on her feet walking. She's just being dragged.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I did not expect that, but, I guess there you have it, folks. Wicked for Good.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I don't know about the Wicked franchise. Like, does it end where Wizard of Oz would pick up?
So actually, no. It actually so this second movie actually contains the entirety of Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
And it actually goes just barely past the end of it. In Wicked for Good, spoilers for a fucking 100-year-old film.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, in the inside of Wicked for Good, you have Dorothy arriving. The whole thing happens, and then also Dorothy leaving. All of that happens within the context of this movie.
Okay.
And then you kind of get to see how the other characters end up as well. And I'll be honest, like a lot of it is weird because they shot them at the same time.
Okay.
And so you would expect part two to feel more polished because they theoretically have had a whole extra year to work on it. They filmed them both. Mm-hmm. They got part one ready. They put it out. It made bukus of money. And part two also is going to make money.
Yeah.
It already is. But you would think that like that extra year of refinement, that part two would have been really solid. But a lot of the production is not good. Like there's parts of it that feel overproduced. The actors are very good vocalists, all of them. Yeah. And, like, I want to hear them. So, like, your music swelling and, like, drowning them out in weird places. Mm-hmm. It's just odd, you know? And I noticed a lot of that. And, me, I have an eye for, like, the technical details. But, it was... I still enjoyed it, but it's not one that I would just watch over and over like the first one, where I could watch the first one any day. I'm going to take the homie Kay on Friday to see Wicked for Good because she hasn't seen it yet, and then I probably won't watch it again.
Caleb, speaking of hot takes, some of the homies weren't too impressed with what you had to say about Tears of the Kingdom last week.
Oh no! Wow. Well, I guess I'll finally have some tears I can enjoy. Where was this? Was this on the Tiki Taki?
I believe this wasn't the Tiki Taki. The post was primarily about. I was asking you, how did you think Expedition 33 was going to fare at the Gaming Awards? Mm-hmm. And it didn't help the way that the committee edited it, but it looks like you go right into a tirade about Tears of the Kingdom, and then you start
just give you a Trump answer. Well, yes, it's very interesting that you asked me about how Expedition 33 was going to do, but Tears of the Kingdom just really pissed me the fuck off.
And then you go into Expedition 33, which ironically, I think that post had 33 comments. This is very serendipitous.
Oh no! Well, but, I'm sure that I won't be able to recover from this.
Yeah, it was just interesting though. The people there some people I think agreed with what you said about Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played it. I don't have an opinion on it. Don't come for me. But
you guys can come for me. It's okay.
But it seemed like they were upset because they were of the opinion of, oh, okay, you say it doesn't even deserve to be nominated. Well, what could possibly take its place? Or,
Yeah, it has 33 comments. That's great.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I was at work and I saw that earlier today, and I just kind of gave it a quick scroll through, and I was like, oh, cool. Oh, no.
I actually this clip got a lot of traction on YouTube as well, and I actually I don't do this often, but I actually descended into the comments.
I haven't checked those out yet,
and I wasn't flaming them. I had a very positive conversation, and one of the homies, I didn't get the screen name off the top of my head, but they actually posited that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 should win RPG of the year, but E33 should win Game of the Year, and I was like, I actually would be okay with that. Because I do think that, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think it ate. I think it deserved. I think it deserves to be recognized.
Right.
They're two very different RPGs, right? Like E33, I think is very technically sound, but obviously the banger is the story and that fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I could put that soundtrack on and work. I have, It's so good. Except for now, it just sounds like trauma to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just comes to life. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is like the complete opposite. It's like all of the technical details are where it shines. I mean, even down to like the nitty gritty type stuff. The problem, and this is where we get into the is something amazing because it's popular. The problem that we had to get into here is how niche is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
Yeah.
How many people want to sit there and fucking,
right.
make another longsword, for the 800th time, and or I think a lot of people, wouldn't mind something like, okay, well, I got this new potion recipe. I have to take it to my, potion apothecary station or whatever, and I have to mix it up one time, manually.
Right.
But after that, I want to just open my menu and go, I want to make this.
Yeah.
And
but
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2
option, right?
is not having that. Yeah. Every one of them potions that you make, you got to make them shits.
Yo.
Have you played it?
I still haven't played it yet. Okay. It's also on my list of shit to do.
Yeah, it's complicated, dog. You have to, mix the ingredients in the right order and the right amount, and then you have to keep the shit hot at a certain time, and then you have to take it off at the right time and stir it, and you can't look at the shit while you're doing it. You have a book with the recipe over here, and you turn and read it, and then you go back to the shit. It's
I would definitely have to be in a mood to really delve into something like that. Every time I look into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, all I see are people who've played it, they fucking love it, and they are gushing over it, and then they expound on what it is, and I'm like, this is really what you guys like to do, huh?
Well, and that's the thing too, is if you look up that game on YouTube, you're not going to find a single clip that looks fun. That's another thing that hurts it. Because the combat looks
clunky.
It looks clunky as fuck and awful. But then when you actually play the game, it feels incredible. The combat is awesome. But it just looks horrible.
Yeah.
Because of, like, they try to make it, I'll say, realistic, to an extent. I don't care how balling you are. You're not going to sword fight 8 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, you're not Geralt.
Yeah.
You're just some French dude.
Just because I played a little bit of the first one, and I think I made it maybe 98 minutes into it, and I said, maybe this just isn't for me. And this one of those games that I put on the back burner, and I said that maybe I'll come back to it someday. And then the second one came out, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll just get into this one. So, who knows? I'm sure there'll be some Black Friday video game sales going on. Probably some right now. And if Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is on sale, I'll probably pick it up and see if I can find some spare time to give it a little bit of a playthrough.
I'm about to, I'm actually, one of these comments here, most of these people are angry at this fucking guy. He's got 18 replies to his comment.
Jesus.
I'm actually going to read the first one here because it's well put together.
Okay.
This is from the homie MJ Skaterman. You think that's like, you think that's like MJ?
Are we talking Jackson or Jordan?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about
Mary,
that.
Or Mary Jane.
Yeah, I was thinking Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But then is it Spider-Man Mary Jane or like Mary Jane?
That's true.
Or it could be both.
It could be both. Yeah.
It could be Michael Jordan.
It could be Michael Jordan smoking weed, Skater Man.
Yeah, that's true. While listening to Thriller.
Yeah.
But they said, I picked it back up recently after falling off pretty early on in my playthrough. It's a great game, but you would think it's the second coming of Jesus the way the fan base goes on about it. It didn't take me much to relearn how to play. I'm caught back up on the story, and it's a beautiful world. But I feel like my playthrough is slightly ruined because all the expectation the fan base has set around it, which honestly doesn't mean the reality of what the game is. I agree with that 100%. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying that.
And that's in reference to Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is I'd say a pretty substantial subset of gamers that, like, they just play Nintendo games, and that's all they play. And that's fine. Like what you like. Homie commandment. But that limits your experience. So, like, when you have somebody like myself who's played a Witcher 3 on PC and, like, has played, Skyrim in all its 42 different iterations and all this other stuff, when I look at Tears of the Kingdom, it's not that revelatory to me. It feels like a fucking 720p mashup of Dark Souls and Skyrim and maybe a little bit of, like, I don't know, whatever your favorite puzzle game is, Spyro.
Spyro.
Hey, man, Spyro games are pretty good.
I haven't thought about that in damn near 30 years.
They re-released it not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did a Spyro remastered.
Fucking Spyro.
All right, fine. Gex, Enter the Gecko.
You're going the opposite direction.
I have about 20 motherfuckers right now Googling what that is.
Yeah, because that was a fucking memory right there. Gex, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think did Gex even make it to PS2 era? I think Gex just stopped at like PS1.
Yeah, I think Gex was a little too M-rated for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For back then, they weren't really watching what was coming out on PlayStation because there was like 6,000 games for it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Bubble Bobble.
Goddamn. Paw Rapper the Rapper.
Oh, yeah. Parappa should make a PS5 comeback, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They're going to have to make it more advanced than what it was back in 1998 or whatever. But,
Like, no. So, like, they should make it a platformer. And, like, you have to rap, like, while you play.
Yeah.
They have the words at the bottom. Yeah, like, you just got to rap while you're platforming.
Dog, I loved the hell out of Paw Rapper the Rapper when I was a kid.
It was awesome, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
A friend of mine actually cosplayed Parappa, I think at Dragon Con 2 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Bianca. She pulled out some Parappa.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, now that we've been bullshitting for a little bit, I just want you guys to know that you watching this episode have a better idea of what we're doing here tonight than I do, because you will have seen the title and clicked on it. I have no idea what we're doing here.
Well, Caleb, what we're doing here is being the kind and generous superhero homies host that we are.
We are that.
Yeah. And so with that being said, I suppose proper introductions are in order. So with that being said, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I am here with the world's greatest co-host, the homie Caleb.
What up? What up? What up? And this is Junior right here.
That is Junior, yep. The unofficial official mascot of the Superhero Homies podcast.
Yeah, he's like the he's not the host. He's like an usher kind of.
Yeah, that's more suitable.
He reminds you constantly what show you're watching.
Yeah, if you ever forget what show it is, just look in the bottom corner and you'll see Junior right there on full display.
He's got you.
Yep. So, Caleb, I know that you've been wondering what tonight's episode is going to be about, and to be quite honest with you, there's no need for you to have any kind of anxiety or worry about tonight's episode. All it is simply a discussion, and as a matter of fact, it's quite a broad discussion about things that you and I have talked about all the time. I mean, it's just one of the broad strokes of this podcast, and we're just going to kind of refine it a little bit.
The more he speaks, the more anxious I become.
Completely unnecessary. I texted you earlier and I said that tonight's episode is going to be so much fun. You don't even need to prep anything.
That's good, because I don't have anything prepped.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All I need is just you and that functioning, working brain of yours in front of these live mics and this camera, and we're going to be good to go. So tonight, we're just going to talk about actors who have played in superhero movies or comic book movies, because they are tremendous. And we've spoken about how a really good actor can just make or break a role or even a movie. Sometimes a movie just depends on even how good a certain actor is. They just carry the movie on their back. And when it comes to these superhero adaptations, they can really help define who these characters are. And so tonight, Caleb, all we're going to do is talk about some of these actors, and we're going to just figure out maybe who is the greatest superhero actor of all time. And by us, I mean you. And by you, I mean this is going to be in the form of a tournament-style bracket.
Of course
that I have meticulously put together.
This motherfucker.
I narrowed it down to 16.
I bet you did.
16. And so just think, there are tons of actors and performances that I had to leave on the cutting room floor because they couldn't make the cut. Couldn't fit. I had to narrow it down to simply 16 to get a nice clean bracket we have here.
Is either of Jared Leto's appearances on there? Because if so, those are going to be easy.
Oh, they're going to easily advance to the best. Well, he's on here as Joker and Morbius. So
fuck.
Yeah.
Well, we got our final two right there.
Yeah. Oh, so when I was putting this together, I thought this would be just a fun thing to do, a little bit of a respite from, again, reviewing things and just looking at some of these performances. And then I got my names in my list, and then I put them in the app that I use to make these brackets. And immediately I looked at it and I said, oh no, this is going to be way fucking harder than I thought. And it's a good thing that I'm not the one who has to make these decisions. My illustrious co-host does.
Just so you guys know, if like this is your first time joining us or you don't watch us often, anytime that we come in here and the other person doesn't know what we're doing, it's a bad time. For us, it'll be a great time for you.
Oh. But I'm sure we're going to have a blast here tonight. So I figured we will go ahead and start off. So let's see who we have here. This is round one of the best superhero actor / performance. Which actor just bodied their role the very best?
Okay.
There can only be one. So round one, Again, I did not organize which two were going to be pitted against each other. I simply put these names in the app, and then the app organized these for me. Mm-hmm. So, round 1, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor.
I hate you so much.
I had a feeling that would be your exact words when I saw this first bracket.
I hate you with the fire of 10,000 suns.
Oh no, not 10,000.
Yeah. Damn it, man. I hate you the way that James Gunn hates Jared Leto.
Oh no. Oh jeez. It's just a simple question, really. So you have Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man a time or two, and Michael Rosenbaum, who was in a little show called Smallville, and he played a guy named Lex Luthor. I think they were both swell.
They were. This is tough, right? And the thing about this is I'm going to have to remove my own personal bias from this as much as possible and turn my logic brain on. Because, like, if I just sit down and go, which one of these did I personally enjoy more, it's Rosenbaum's Luthor, right? Mm. Like, I think he's impeccable. It's tough. And because I got to finally meet him this year, and we talked about how Nicholas Holt's performance in this year's Superman movie. Yeah. We definitely did not speak about Tom Welling being an awful podcast co-host.
I feel like you did.
You weren't there.
You're right.
You can't.
You're right.
You can't speak to it. So, obviously, we have Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, and he launched the franchise, right? The mega franchise, highest grossing franchise of all time. Still going. It's like, 30-something movies and 40 billion TV shows by now. And it's still going, and he's still coming back in a different role, we think. That could be bullshit. Who knows? So there's a lot that he... Like, it's really built around him to an extent, right? Other than Iron Man 3, there's not really a project he was in that wasn't a banger. And when you take even when you look at Iron Man 3, I don't think any of the blame is on Robert Downey Jr. or his performance. It's on the writing.
Yeah.
And he also stacks the box office, right? Mm-hmm. So you've got that, and he's got this amazing kind of, comeback story because it was risky. It's easy to forget back in like 2006 or whatever when they cast him as Iron Man, that was considered a very risky move on their part.
Yeah. Because
you've got this guy with this very checkered kind of past, and you're going to show to your whole mega franchise you're trying to build on him.
Now, I guess in the MCU's defense at that point, I use quotation marks because who knows if there even would have been an MCU.
Right.
But I can't imagine that they had, at that time, any sort of concrete plans past Avengers. I think that they probably were just thinking, if we can somehow get to this,
yeah,
then we'll worry about that then. But man, let's see if we can get there.
Yeah. And then Disney was like, "Fuck y'all doing? Get back to work."
Yeah. Now, I did want to play devil's advocate to whatever you said because I'm a good co-host. So the thing also you have to think about though is Michael Rosenbaum, unlike RDJ as Tony Stark, good old Mike, he had to play. I'm not going to say a more complex character, but because it's on a TV series that has an arc that unfolds over a longer period of time, he plays the friend turned arch enemy.
Yeah, and he's in hundreds of episodes, and other than Tom Welling, he probably has the most screen time.
Yeah,
because Lex has a plot in every season. Mm-hmm. I mean, and even when they bring in more characters, like once they bring in like Lois, or when they do storylines with like Pete or anybody like that, or even later on when like they bring Jimmy into it, Lex always had a plot. Like he always was either involved in the A plot or he had his own B plot.
Yeah.
And often they would intertwine. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Like Lex, they also kicked off a mega franchise. Mm-hmm. I mean, people talk. It's called the Arrowverse, but the Arrowverse doesn't run if Smallville didn't walk.
Yep.
And Smallville got more seasons than any of them fucking shows. Yep. And it was very popular. It was popular to the point that the Arrowverse brought back many of those actors and concepts later. Mm-hmm. Hell, even to the point that in the 2025 Superman movie, it's called Luthor Corp and not Lex Corp, which is in the comics, traditionally in the comics, it's Lex Corp.
Yeah.
He brought that, James Gunn has talked about this, that he changed the name because of Smallville,
Which, small sidebar, I understand why it's that in Smallville, but in 2025 Superman, it should have been Lex Corp. And the reason I say that is because in Smallville, we're getting the younger days, the origins. It's not even Lex's company, it's Lionel's company.
Right.
So it makes more sense that that's called Luthor Corp. But in 2025 Superman, you're telling me that narcissistic ass Lex is going to keep that name and not have it be Lex Corp?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of nuance involved in that. Like, did he inherit it from his dad? Did he screw over his own father? Probably. Yeah. I think there's a lot we don't know.
True.
But I like it either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that still either way it goes to show like the impact that character in that show had, and that show is not successful without Michael Rosenbaum's Lex. So,
on the flip side, we've talked about this ad nauseum in episodes past, but Iron Man was at most a B-list hero. He was cool if you were a fan of the comic books. He had a fledgling animated TV show back when superhero animated TV shows were really taking off, like X-Men, Spider-Man, and Batman. I mean, those were like the three tentpoles. But Iron Man show, it was okay, but it never got that kind of traction. But RDJ really put Iron Man on the map, and it really caused people to take a look again at Tony Stark. It's just a comic book character and an IP and see the value in it.
I agree.
And I think that is maybe a harder hill to climb than taking a super mega heel like Lex Luthor, who was already a household name.
Right.
So it was two different struggles, I think. Michael Rosenbaum had to live up to like the height of being Lex Luthor, and RDJ had to take a character who is much lesser known and elevate him.
Yeah. And if you go back and look at stuff like Ultimate Alliance, great game. Mm-hmm. But like it came out before that movie, and Iron Man is in it, and you're like you think like, oh, Iron Man's gonna be this big. No, no, he's really not. And I mean it's interesting, right, to look at how that character was treated before 2008 and then after 2008. Begrudgingly, I'm gonna have to go with Robert Downey Jr. on this because of the franchise being built on his back, of him taking a character that was D tier and making them S tier. And then really defining a lot of the modern day like perception of that character. I mean, it is hard to argue with the amount of charisma and talent he brought to the role and the dedication of it, and just kind of the renown in general, right? Yeah. So, I'm going to go with RDJ.
Listen, that's a tough one.
It is.
And when I saw that lineup, I thought to myself, I don't know how you choose. If you've seen any amount of either of these guys' work in their respective roles, that's not an easy pick.
Yeah, it's especially not for me because I am a huge fan of Rosenbaum's Legs.
This next one is certainly not easy for me. Maybe it'll be easier for you. I don't know your whole thoughts on this lineup here, but I This one is interesting. We have Tom Holland's Spider-Man or Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Yeah, this one made me cry when I saw this lineup. Which one was better?
Okay. This is very similar to the last one. Because you have somebody who the franchise is built on their back in Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, right?
Yep.
And they've played Wolverine a bajillion times. And then you also have Spider-Man. You have Tom Holland as the third well-known Spider-Man and having to live up to what came before and yet also trudge his own path. So this is incredibly similar to the last lineup, unfortunately. The difference here is they are both absolute bangers at the box office.
Yeah.
Both of them. I think Tom has the advantage there. I think all the Spider-Man movies have been over $1 billion.
Except for, I think, No Way Home was close.
Yeah. Well, no, you mean...
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Homecoming was close, but...
Yeah, Homecoming was close.
Yeah,
but,
No Way Home was damn near $2 billion.
Yeah, No Way Home, I think
he had a little bit of help, but, you know.
Yeah, but it's still almost in-game, you know, other than Endgame and Infinity War, it's like right there.
Yeah.
You know, for it to be a solo property...
It's kind of like how Civil War is just a Captain America movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this one is tough. I do think it is easier for me than for you, but it is still incredibly tough. You can't understate what Hugh Jackman has done as Wolverine and like how many... You got to think about like, let's just say that somebody is, let's go with 30, right? If they're really into comics or X-Men or any of that, it's very likely that when they picture Wolverine in their head, they picture Hugh Jackman and not the little 5'2" yellow guy in yellow spandex, right? Because Hugh Jackman has been playing Wolverine for 24 years at this point in time, right?
I was 2000 to...
Well, 25 years. Yeah, 2000. Yeah. So... he is the Wolverine of not just a generation, but multiple generations. I mean, if somebody says Wolverine to me, I'm going to picture one of the two, right? I love Hugh Jackman as an actor in general, though. Like I have to not take that into it because to me, if I'm just comparing the two actors overall, I'm going to go with Hugh Jackman because I like more things that he's in. Tom Holland outside of Spider-Man is a mixed bag for me.
I think for me, part of the struggle with this is that we know that Tom has, at least another 3 solo movies in the bag.
Yeah. And Hugh Jackman says he's never retiring, so. Till he's fucking 90.
Till he's 90. With Hugh Jackman, for me, he gave me the gift that keeps on giving, that is Logan.
Yep.
And it's not just that the movie is so fucking excellent, but that performance, that is a multi-layered performance, something that can only be done when you've lived with the character for so long, and the audience has watched you as that character for so long, that you're able to deliver something like that has the magnitude of just kind of a magnum opus performance.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Tom Holland, I think to myself, when I think of like their best performances, has he done anything on that level as Spider-Man yet? The reason I mentioned his 3 movies is because he could. You and I both theorized that by the end of this next trilogy, they'll probably introduce Miles.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
There are 2 moments that stand out to me for me as Spider-Man. Well, I'll say 3. The first one being the first time I saw him standing next to Captain America and Iron Man. That was just a momentous occasion because, that movie is called Homecoming. It's a multi-layered kind of wink and a nod, right? Because once upon a time, the MCU had no Spider-Man, and there was a massive hole in it, and you felt that.
Yeah.
And I mean, even more so than the absence of the X-Men, right? Or the Fantastic Four. As much as those teams are special, Spider-Man is Marvel, you know? So you got that. The second moment for me is when he is in Infinity War, when he goes into space with Robert Downey Jr. and Doctor Strange. And you have Tom Holland, and he's standing here with these two fucking illustrious, one of them, you know, soon to be an Oscar winner, you know, both of them major box office stars, incredible, you know, at their craft, both Sherlocks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And Cumberbatch's is better, but that's a different discussion. Different list. And just seeing him act alongside them, you know, at that age, and that level of experience, really just kind of spoke to me as like they really found an incredibly talented actor here. But the third one, and maybe the most important, is the line in No Way Home. You probably know the one I'm thinking of, where he says, "I have to try." The way he delivered that line is so perfect to me. And I feel like he, in one sentence, really just summed up what it is to be Peter Parker, right? That there's these 6 fucking villains, all of whom have tried to fucking kill him on multiple occasions, some of them today. And he's willing to go toe-to-toe with one of the most powerful Avengers for an opportunity to save them. That was incredible to me. Like, that just spoke volumes. But if you take that, and you know, we play devil's advocate here, we go talk about Hugh Jackman. There's been so many times as Wolverine that he has just really just been that character, right? He is the personification of that character in so many ways, to the point that it was demanded that he return. You know, this is hard. In a lot of ways, it may even be harder than that last one. If we're strictly looking at the way that they've adapted the live action character, I am going to go with Hugh Jackman, and that's purely for this exact reason, right? If I say to somebody, you know, the guy that played Spider-Man, they might say, which one? And if I say the guy that played Wolverine, they're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. And that is just the only thing that divides them for me.
This one was tough, man. Like I said, for me, this one was also even more tough than the first round.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, this fucking app did this shit on purpose.
It hates me. Yeah.
This next one, I don't know how you're gonna do with this next one here. I think that the algorithm did this one just so the homies can be mad at you again.
That's fine. They stay mad at me now.
We have Josh Brolin as Thanos.
Okay. Or
Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Oh, fuck, man. Okay, all right. We are purely talking about the live-action adaptation of these characters, okay? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. I'm going to say that Christopher Reeve as a human being, absolutely fucking incredible. I watched his documentary earlier this year. If you can watch that documentary and not, like, at least have, like, the single anime tier, you should probably see a therapist. You probably should. You probably got some real issues. Have you seen it? Have you watched it?
I actually haven't seen it yet. I haven't been in a sad enough mood to watch it.
If you're ever just having too good of a day and you're like, man, I'm just having a tremendous day, I just really need to tone it down, just throw that shit on. It will fuck you up. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm getting teared up right now just thinking about it. But we're purely talking about the live action adaptations of these characters, and fuck if it ain't Thanos. Like, I don't have to spend much time on this. Thanos has been in 2 movies, technically 3, As Josh Brolin's been in 3. Thanos has been in
like 5.
5, but Josh Brolin as Thanos has been in 3. And then if you're also going to count, I think he did the voice for What If also.
I think he did.
There's not a single moment in time where Josh Brolin is not absolutely fucking killing it, and Quest for Peace exists. So, Josh Brolin.
Oh, man.
Josh Brolin might win this whole thing.
Hey, it's possible because, I mean, granted, his performances are limited. That doesn't matter. What he did was out of this world.
Yeah, that's there's not a single second that he's not perfect, you know?
Which is crazy. And again, shout out to Christopher Reeve, Superman. I remember we talked about the legacy of Superman before we watched 2025 Superman.
We did.
And as part of that, I went back and I rewatched the first 2 OG Superman movies, the Richard Donner flicks. And I remember watching those and thinking to myself, okay, I see why so many people love this guy.
Yeah.
Because he really did such a great job of just embodying a lot of the elements of who Superman is. So I definitely understand why so many people resonate with him. And I think what it is for the older generations, I think for them right now, they feel similar to like how I will feel in 20 or 30 years when there is a different Wolverine and people say that this guy's better than Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Or, you know, like when we get a different Batman and people try to say they're better than Christian Bale. Oh, wait, that already happened twice. And they're wrong.
Well, and again, there are people who say the same thing you're saying, but with Keaton.
Yeah, and they're also wrong. Yeah. Keaton's Batman. If you think Keaton's Batman is that great, go watch fucking the Flash movie. And watch that motherfucker phone it in like he's sponsored by Verizon.
God damn.
That's the clip. Put that out there if you really want to get the comments going.
Oh shit. So that's the homie Caleb.
They could have just had Gal Gadot stand in for him.
Kalel, no.
Yes! You did it! Oh, yes! Kay is going to be so happy. She listened to our Homie Commandments episode the other day and just kind of stormed in the room and was like, the amount of crypto in Superman was exactly.
I think, we name dropped her in that episode.
We did, yeah. Yeah. Kal-El, no.
Kal-El, no. Well, this next one is... all of these are interesting, so I'll just go ahead and get to it. Mm-hmm. We have David Cornsweat's Superman and Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther.
Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know.
Okay. All right.
Both of them had to make the list.
Okay. All right. So, once again, just like round 3, we are going to have to, really focus on purely their time spent as this character. Because obviously, like, if I'm just comparing the 2 actors overall, it's Chadwick Boseman all day, every day, twice on Sunday, right?
It's strictly as Black Panther versus Cornsweat Superman. Yep.
Yeah. May he rest in peace.
Absolutely.
You see, he's getting his own star.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great. I actually saw Coogler's. I read a transcript of his speech that he gave.
Man, did you see where what's her name that plays
Shuri? Letitia Wright.
Yeah, Letitia Wright. She had the outfit that was like the same. Oh my god, that shit broke me, dog. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I love David Cornsweat's Superman. I do. I think he is the quintessential Superman. I look forward to seeing more of that. Mm-hmm. He is easily my favorite Superman. It is not even fucking close. He's like the polar opposite of Dean Cain.
Talking about his Dean Cain Superman or Dean Cain the person?
Either. Yeah. However, he's only in the one movie. And while the DCU is technically on his back, we don't know where that's going, right? That shit may not last further than Man of Tomorrow. We just don't know. No. Whereas, like, Chadwick's legacy as Black Panther is incredible. Not to mention the fucking what it did at the box office, how much of a cultural and just, like, not just a cultural event, but also a pop culture event. And it also took a superhero that was not well known and put them at the forefront. And had Chadwick, survived, I think we would already probably have a Black Panther 3 right now. I think he would probably be one of the de facto leaders of the Avengers right now.
And I don't want to put any credence on this in terms of like any kind of decision making for this round, but I just want to put this out there as just something that I think is really impressive, that he did all that while battling cancer.
Right. Yeah.
That is.
And none of his co-stars knew.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I still can't take that into account. I got to go with Chadwick on this. If we do another one of these in like 5 years, David Corn Sweat might make it to the end. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, this list could look completely different in just 5 years.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, Chadwick, though, you're probably gonna get snapped in round 2. The man's got the gauntlet. There's nothing I can do about it.
That's true. Yeah, he's got the whole fucking Infinity Gauntlet. Next up, I think I know you're gonna go with this one, but this is still, I think, a really, really tough battle. We have Charlie Cox as Daredevil, or Christian Bale as Batman. I mean, Gore the God Butcher.
Well, that changes it wildly.
Batman.
This is hard. Although this is not as hard as a lot of the some of the others. Christian Bale is Batman to me. Any way you slice it, like, I just think he is. I've said this on the show before. I don't think he's the best Batman, like, as far as in the suit, right? I think that's probably Pattinson if I had to go for it. And I think that depending on how you want to look at it, I think that Keaton is a pretty good Bruce Wayne as well. But I think
that Affleck was a pretty good Bruce Wayne.
I have very just conflicting kind of opinions about Batfleck. There's moments that I saw him and I was like, that's Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. And then there's moments where it just felt like I was just watching Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Most of those are in the Justice League, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them. That long ass scene at the beginning of either cut where he goes to find Aquaman or whatever.
Yeah.
That whole scene has been just Ben Affleck to me. But like when he's in the cave talking to Alfred, mm-hmm. a lot of times he feels like Bruce. Or one of the few great moments in Batman vs Superman when he's there as Bruce, and I'm not sure who Kal-El was there as, because Clark Kent doesn't exist in those movies, but he was there as a reporter, and that conversation the two of them have, where they both know.
I love that. Before
it's a great combo.
Yeah, before Lex shows up, I love that scene.
Yeah. Or the combo he has with Waller, the Suicide Squad post credit.
That one too. I was going to mention that one.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite scene he ever did. The fact that they didn't do the letter.
Oh,
it just
well, they didn't do a lot of things in the Flash movie.
I know, but like if you cast Ben Affleck so you can get to that scene.
I know. And even if you know that the DCEU is ending, I think you end it with that.
Yeah, I would have let it go home on that note. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Literally.
We're talking about the letter that Thomas Wayne writes to give to Flash, and Flash gives it to Bruce.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think Pattinson can pull that scene off and make it as good as Batfleck could.
No, especially now where his Bruce Wayne is right now. Like, he's probably the most mentally broken still out of all the Bruces.
Yeah.
But
I digress. I think that Christian Bale is the best of both worlds combined because you need both.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think he may not be the best Bruce, although I really love his Bruce, and he may not be the best in the suit, but I think as far as like both combined, he is the best.
Yeah, actually, that's what I do with the Spider-Man. Like, I think that overall Tom Holland is the best. But listen, I'm not mad at people who say that if you think that Garfield is the best in the suit, I'm not mad at that.
Right, yeah.
But also, I'm of the mind that, like, if you're looking for, like, the best actual nerdy Peter Parker, for me, it's Tobey. To me, he just has that genuine nerd interest of Peter Parker that Andrews was too cool and Tom is there, but his is the more socially awkward type of nerd. But I think that Tom is he's the best overall. I think that he has elements that just kind of infuse together to make the Spider-Man. And plus, we said that they grew Tom Holland in the lab to make us Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whereas I do know that Ben Affleck is your favorite Daredevil, correct?
No.
Okay.
No. All this has been about Christian Bale so far. Let's talk about Charlie Cox. He also is Daredevil though. Man, freaking love Charlie Cox, man. He's so good. I was
thinking about that scene when he's running. He's chasing down Muse, and Muse is like, man, is there something in front of that train? And then, like, the lights flash, and you see Daredevil beelining towards Muse. The most terrifying scene that I've seen in a TV show in a long time. And I've been watching
Welcome to Derry. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Daredevil full tilt holding down X sprinting at me in a fucking dark, like, alleyway. I never ever want to see that.
No,
that's not good.
Yeah,
you're not going to outrun him.
No.
Also, it's dark, so you're fucked.
Yeah.
He was born in the dark.
He was born in the dark.
You merely adopted it.
Yeah, someone said fighting Daredevil is like playing hide and go seek on nightmare difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, man, like, their last outing as both of these characters is notoriously not as great as their others. I got to give it to Christian Bale here just because he's kind of goated.
Yeah.
Not that there's any competition for, like, who's the best Daredevil. But I don't know. I think that Charlie Cox has yet, and I think he will and should, but he has yet to, like, really step onto the silver screen as the character.
Yeah. And
kind of have that presence. He's, it's like, at what point is he actually really, truly Daredevil? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of season 1 is kind of like year 1-ish.
It is.
But then if you look at season 3, he's, like, right back into the black suit. You know, and Fisk is, like, always hunting him now. So it's like you have that moment in all the heroes where, like, like where Batman comes out of the first time and he's like, like Gotham PD actually is calling him with the bat signal. You know what I mean? And like fucking Batman shows up on the roof in the suit and is like, here I am.
Right.
And like we just don't have that for Daredevil yet. Well, I don't know if we ever will.
They don't have a braille signal. That's disrespectful.
They just make a like a dog whistle, they just put out like a tone.
Right.
And they just won't cut it off till he shows up.
I'll tell you this much, though. I think as far as, like, the silver screen goes, all Charlie needs is the opportunity, and he's going to have that moment. Because I think about, even just from Born Again, I think about the scene he had with John Bernthal's Punisher. And how that may have been my favorite scene in that entire series. And that's saying something because for me, there were a lot of great moments in Born Again. But man, that talk that that Matt and Punisher have about Foggy.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Christian Bale here just because, I mean, there's so many iconic moments.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, his performance, I mean, like, he's mentioned in the same breath the way that people talk about RDJ as Iron Man, you know? Like, it's Batman.
Yeah. I mean, he just is.
Yeah.
And he is the character, right? Like, he just encapsulates everything that I love about Batman in that character. The way that he channels his rage, the way that he goes into the detective aspects of things, the way that he fights, the way that he hides, the way that he interacts with the other characters, his moral code, all of those things. And I don't just mean like the whole, he doesn't kill type thing. It's how he handles all of his situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to give it to Christian Bale. Sorry, Charlie. Maybe you'll rack it up at the Game Awards.
That's true. We'll see.
You better not take that shit from Jennifer English. I swear to God.
What the fuck you gonna do about it? You gonna fight Daredevil?
Yeah, I'll fight him.
Famous last words.
He's like, I'm not actually blind, right?
All right, next up. Oh, this is interesting. We have Ian McKellen as Magneto, or Heath Ledger's Joker.
Okay, well, if you wanted rage bait for the homies,
oh boy,
here it is.
Oh boy.
All right. I mean, either way this goes, this is rage bait.
That's kind of how this whole thing is.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's get the Heath Ledger's Joker out of the way first. Iconic. So this is tough. His performance absolutely changed this character forever, right? No matter what.
Yep.
Everybody who has played the Joker after him, to some degree, they have had to. It's like Will Smith having playing the genie after Robin Williams. It's like that defined that character so much that you have to stray away from what he did. Like Jared Leto had to make whatever the fuck that was, fucking creepy Hideo Kojima gangster. I don't even know what the fuck he was trying to do with that, but like he obviously was just like, I have to get so far away from what he did to even have a chance. And I agree with him. Just what he did sucked.
Yeah.
What is it? Barry Keoghan?
Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan. Yeah. Don't hate his version at all.
We just haven't seen.
And I don't think we should see very much more of it, to be honest with you.
Joaquin Phoenix.
And then we got Joaquin Phoenix. His version, version of the character. Yeah. We talked about this a lot.
Let's just spoke about this last week.
Yeah. It's a very different take. His is much more of a classical take on the character. And I don't mean that in terms of the comics. I mean that in terms of like the era.
Right.
It's much more, fucking 40s, 50s kind of vibe to the character. It's much more based on, him being like a clown / comedian, this kind of character. Yeah, man. So Heath Ledger's Joker is just kind of a force of nature, right? And the way that he, passed away at the end of the filming adds to it, because from the moment that we all saw his version of the Joker for the first time, he was already gone.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like, okay, well, yeah, Christian Bale plays Batman, but I can fucking, I could run into Christian Bale at the supermarket. I'm not gonna, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's the thing. Like, you could go to like a convention and see Christian Bale sitting there. Heath Ledger, like, to many people, only exists in that film.
Yeah.
Right? And like, that's a crazy thing. Not to say that his body of work isn't amazing, but like, that's the last thing most people saw him do, right? And he's iconic for it. He won an Oscar posthumously for it. Ian McKellen, on the other hand, you know, an absolute legendary take. This motherfucker is being brought back for Avengers Doomsday. I mean, the fact that he is going to be among the first X-Men, I mean, I guess technically the first X-Man to appear in the MCU as far as like proper was Professor X was in Multiverse of Madness. But I mean, the fact that he is going to be the first one to land in an Avengers movie, you know, he's going to be among the first ones to hit an Avengers movie. That's incredible. And he did so well as the character. He's also got a significantly more time under his belt as a character. And even in the movies he's in that aren't fucking good, like when, you know, X3, he's not great. The problem. Yeah, he's still great. I'm gonna give it to Ian McKellen. It's so hard, but I gotta. Just because I'm gonna say that the tiebreaker there is just the amount of time as the character, you know.
And that's kind of what it has to come down to with something like this, just because I think, like you said, they're both just so great in those roles. The only thing that because when I saw this list, like the only thing I could think of where I could possibly give it to Heath would be the fact that in a movie that is littered with phenomenal performances, somehow Heath still stands tall above everyone else's. And I think that is just an incredible feat all on his own. You know, people talk about how phenomenal he is in The Dark Knight, and he is. But then you go back and, you know, you realize Christian Bale did great, Gary Oldman did great, Michael Caine did great, Aaron Eckhart did great. You know, for a little bit, Cillian Murphy's in it, he did great. Like, they all killed it, but Ledger's performance is something else. He steals every scene he's in, no matter who he's on screen with.
Yeah, honestly, like, the thing I like the least about that movie, I think, is how many people ignore how good Christian Bale is in it. Because he is tremendous all the way through. Yeah. And it's the same way as, like, you know, your good guy is only as good as your villain. Right. It's the same way in Flip. You can't have an amazing villain and then, like, the protagonist isn't good.
Yeah.
The reason that movie is incredible is because of the back and forth between the two and how they interact with each other. Like, Keaton couldn't have been across from him in that. He couldn't have carried himself across from that Joker. You know what I mean? Whereas Christian Bale absolutely could have carried himself across from Nicholson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you can't see, to me, I don't think Ben Affleck could have carried that movie with the intensity that they had in it, because you're just on your toes for that whole film. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was incredible. And I agree with you. Like, yeah, he killed it, but the whole cast killed it. You know, the ensemble, even the minor roles in that movie are so well done.
Yeah, it's just tremendous. Lightning in a bottle, as they say.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this next one. Let's go ahead and get into it. We have Chris Evans as Captain America, or one of my personal favorites, Jackie Earle Haley as Rorschach.
Okay. I really love Jackie Earle Haley as Rorschach. Let me go ahead and start with that. He did so good as the character. And not just the scenes where he is Rorschach with the mask on, but all the little scenes where he's got the mask off and he's just sitting there like reading Black Freighter or whatever, you know. You gotta watch the Ultimate Cut to get some of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, incredible.
What are the odds of the casting director finding someone who can not only pull off that performance so perfectly, but also finding someone who looks like Rorschach?
Yeah. He also fucking looks like The guy, you know, from the thing, from the comic. I hope we can pull that shit off again for Doomsday Clock.
Whenever they inevitably make it.
Yeah. You know, he'll by the time they make that shit, he'd be too old. But I think John Boyega would be a great.
Oh yeah,
be a great fucking casting for that.
Yeah, that would be good.
I really like him, man. I fucking hate that he was in the sequel trilogy.
Bruh. Well, I hate that the sequel trilogy wasn't good.
Yeah.
And that they mistreated him.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really nice, man, at Dragon Con to see him. Were you in that panel?
I wasn't.
Man, just to see the fans like really embrace him and like him to realize all these years later that like we hate the movies, but like everybody likes him, you know, and thinks he did a great job. You can tell it's really like healing for him. Man, and I love that.
And that's great. I'm glad that he got that, because you watch things online about the guy who played Jar Jar, and unfortunately, because of like where the road was at that time and like internet being in its infancy, he didn't get that same kind of treatment.
Well, he did years later. Ahmad Best, it took a lot longer.
Yeah.
And then he actually got to play Kelleran Beck in Mandalorian, which was really fucking cool. Yeah, Ahmad Best is awesome. He was so talented too, right. And like people hate Jar Jar, and me included, but like he did such a good job with it. You know, he really should have like been nominated for an Oscar for the work that he did in that. But like back then, like people didn't even understand mocap work. It was such in its infancy,
right,
that like nobody really understood what was happening. They were just like, this is just an annoying CGI character.
Yeah, not realizing that that's an actual person, and then like also coming to find out he came up with the walk and the voice inflections, like he did all that.
So much of what you see is him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like it wasn't until Andy Serkis did it as Gollum that people were like, oh, okay, you know, and draw what you will from that. Yeah, so Jackie,
I forget if we got off on that, but Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
America's ass.
And penis. Look, man, there's no way he accidentally dropped that fucking incredibly high resolution picture on his Instagram. Okay, look. Chris Evans absolutely defined this role. Like, I think he doesn't get enough credit for it. I think he's just as good as RDJ.
I agree.
I don't think, like, Civil War doesn't work if you don't have somebody standing across from RDJ who's just as compelling, if not more.
I'll do you one better. Captain America or Steve Rogers does not work unless you have somebody who can pull it off.
Yeah.
I mean, a lesser actor would be extremely corny trying to be Captain America. Chris Evans, I'm not gonna say he does it effortlessly, because it has to take a lot of effort to be this character, but he's so goddamn endearing that you believe him and you want to follow him, which is what you're supposed to do with Captain America.
Yeah, but it's like you said, I mean, just, you know, if they'd have cast like Topher Grace or something, you know,
that fucking stray. Topher catching strays for no reason.
Just for no reason. That motherfucker's just off having dinner right now. It's just like, what the fuck? This shit just came through the window. But like, yeah, it's like you said though, it would have been so easy for it to come across as corny, right? It would have just been so easy for people to think that this was like a lame, fuddy-duddy type character that you just don't want to, you're just not interested in it. And especially seeing like the range on him, because we saw him, the role he was most famous for before this was his Human Torch stuff, and how far he's kind of come from that, and seeing him be able to do the, you know, the comedic bits without it breaking his character.
Yeah.
or him being able to do the really serious bits, or to see this, to not play this character as one dimensional, for him to be the man at a time, but like also like a living, breathing human being.
Yeah.
His Captain America was somebody who gets upset, gets angry, but it's how they handle that defines them as Steve Rogers. I gotta go with Cap here. For a lot of reasons. Like, number one, there's that.
Yeah.
Number two,
longevity,
box office. And we've talked about this. Christopher Nolan has talked about this. Watchmen was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Like, people don't think about this. Watchmen is the antithesis of a superhero team up. Like, it is a teardown of the superhero team. Mm-hmm. But in cinema, there was no superhero team to tear down.
Right.
It's the fucking cart coming before the horse type scenario.
And you're right. It is the ultimate deconstruction.
Yeah.
And I think we've said this much several times, but if Watchmen were to come out today, it is received entirely differently.
Yeah, it would be received more like what The Boys was doing in season 1 to see it now. But like when Watchmen was adapted, it was just such a weird thing to adapt because, superhero movies were a thing, but they weren't peaked. Yeah. There was no Avengers. There was barely an Iron Man because it went out in 09?
08 or 09, yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, there's a couple of X-Men movies, but that's it.
Yeah.
And so, for you to come out with the deconstruction when the thing isn't the thing, like when Watchmen came out as a graphic novel, it was years of Justice League and Avengers and X-Men and Fantastic Four and all this. And along comes this graphic novel that goes, okay, or it could go fucking horribly.
Yeah.
And so in real life, we got or it could go fucking horribly before we had what the thing was.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And the last competitors of round 1. Patrick Stewart's Professor X or Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor. Two bald men up against each other. That's interesting.
This is another tough one. My brain immediately wanted to give it to Nicholas Hoult, but there's so much recency bias in that thought.
I wonder what this looks like if we already had Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, if we already had Man of Tomorrow, if we already had something to get the taste of Peacemaker Season 2 out of our mouths from the DCEU.
But speaking of which, Nicholas Hoult was in that, and he did great in that, too.
He did, exactly. Yeah, I thought of that immediately. Hilariously, Nicholas Hoult also in the X-Men franchise.
Oh, yeah.
as Beast.
I've already just deleted that.
Yeah, his Beast was just nothing ever to write home about.
Yeah, no.
Kelsey Grammer's version is better.
Yeah, and his version is back, so.
Yeah, so, sorry, man. It's not that he was ever bad. He was just... those movies had no intention of making him anything other than that anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
He
was just... the other guy for motherfucking Mystique.
Yeah. He was the second smartest because he was always next to Professor X.
Yeah, and he's just his caretaker.
Yeah, he's just his caretaker.
He's his butler.
With big feet.
Yeah, he's just Alfred who could turn into a blue guy.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, every time he's on screen, he's like across from somebody better. Mm-hmm. It fucking sucks because Beast is my favorite X-Men. But yeah, maybe he can get his due going forward. That being said,
have these two been on screen together?
Nicholas Hoult and Professor X?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. Because if so, it would have had to be in Days of Future Past, right?
Yeah, they have only tangentially been on screen together. He talks to James McAvoy while Nicholas Hoult is in the room, but they're not interacting.
Got it.
So, yeah, I think their faces may have actually been on the screen, technically, but they don't interact.
Yeah.
Okay, all that to say, I've got to give this to Patrick Stewart, just back to longevity as the character. He's always solid, even if the movie he's in isn't. Man, when he dies in X3, that movie goes down the fucking drain. Like you can just tell, like, when his death happens, it was such a huge moment, but it just pulls all the life out of that movie. You could tell they had no idea what the fuck to do after that.
Absolutely. Right.
Like, it's not the best movie ever before he dies either. Yeah. But up until that point, it feels like a sequel to the other two. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, well, I'm still watching X-Men. And then him and Cyclops are both dead, and the writers just have no fucking idea.
Yeah. They're like, well, fucking Magneto's going to move this fucking bridge.
And then we about to fight. Who's fighting? Everybody.
Everybody fighting. It's crazy to think that Professor X, has he died more than any other superhero in live action?
Well, he Patrick Stewart's version got killed twice.
3 times.
3 times. Multiverse of Madness, X3.
And Logan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He got killed in Logan also. Yeah. Yeah, James McAvoy skated, man. We all thought that Jean was going to kill him.
Right.
That they were just... You're sitting there watching Dark Phoenix and you're like, they can't be that stupid, right? Like, they can't do the exact same...
They thought about it.
What were the odds of Dark Phoenix actually being worse than X3? And then it was.
I would have bet money that there's no way, but then I would have lost money.
You would have lost money because it's not even debatable. Like, X3 is a way better movie than Dark Phoenix.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so, anyway, Patrick Stewart, just because, like I said, longevity. I think Nicholas Hoult was amazing, but I need to see more from him. But he's fucking great right now.
Absolutely.
He is eating, folks.
Yes.
This motherfucker is feasting.
I mean, we spoke earlier tonight and last week about how the villain needs to be just as compelling as the hero. I mean, man, that Superman movie, you had that with both Superman and Lex. Like, they were both just tremendous. Very important.
Unfortunately, they both got eliminated in round 1, but
hey, we'll run this back a few years from now when you forget that we did this.
You got time.
Yeah.
You got time.
Moving on to round 2. I wish I could tell you things get easier, but I suppose that's not how these work.
Nope, they just get harder.
We have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. See, I love this because no matter what you do, you're going to make people mad.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of that shit lately.
That's true. And most of it's been unintentional.
Yeah, I mean, I just came on here objectively talking about how Tears of the Kingdom ain't shit.
Oh, boy.
And people just got mad about it. And I mean, the commandment is like what you like. But there's also the opposite of that. It's just like, hate what you hate. and I mean, if you don't like some shit, then you ain't gotta like it. So, and that goes for me not liking Tears of the Kingdom, and that also goes for you not liking what I said about it. So,
oh no.
Yeah, we got enough haterade to go around. This is tough. Hugh Jackman versus Robert Downey Jr. Jesus Christ. They are both so iconic in these roles. Both franchise builders, both box office bombshells. Both been playing the character forever. Both going to be playing the character till they're 90. Man. And see, I wish I could just be like, well, Hugh Jackman is objectively just a better actor. But I don't know.
I don't think you can say that, though.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I really can't say that. Before Oppenheimer, I probably would have said it, but RDJ just fucking...
Oh, yeah.
He kills it in that movie.
Yeah.
You
can say RDJ has more muscles. I mean, Hugh Jackman has more muscles, yeah.
Yeah, and he probably can sing better. But that's not... It's not a part of this. I can't...
Yeah.
Once again, if I can bring their other movies into this...
that changes it completely.
Hugh Jackman wrecks his shit because like The Prestige, Greatest Showman, even like fucking Real Steel.
RDJ was Dr. Doolittle. So.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The rest of his shit just hurts him. You know?
He's got some. No. Tropic Thunder. He's got that going for him.
He does have that going for him, but we can't take any of that shit into consideration here.
It's interesting that we never got to see these two as Iron Man and Wolverine on the screen together.
I know. Yeah. And we also didn't get to see Iron Man try to fight Magneto.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, it would have went about it like it does when Wolverine tries to fight him.
Yeah, especially if Iron Man doesn't know what the fuck Magneto can do.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a terrible... Magneto would be like, oh, there was a person in there.
Yeah. He's like, is that blood dripping out the bottom of this ball? Oh. Well, better luck next time. I thought that was a robot. My bad.
Does he look like Wolverine though?
Yeah, no. Well, he shouldn't fly at me like that. Okay. This was hard. This is the hardest one yet.
I've been trying to think, man. Even trying to split hairs, but I don't know.
It is tough. It is very, very tough. I'm trying to think of like the misses because we have Wolverine Origins.
Yep.
But we also have Iron Man 3. Is RDJ's ending in Endgame like versus Jackman's ending in Logan? I think they're both really good. I think they're both incredibly emotional. I think both universes felt that loss enormously.
Damn, both of them had daughters.
Yep, and they're both awesome.
Yep.
Although X-23 is cooler. Yeah. Is Hugh Jackman going to skate by on that? Is that...
Hugh Jackman's fictional daughter is better than TJ's fictional daughter.
Yeah. Yep. Is that gonna split the hairs right there? Is that gonna be it?
Shit, man.
She's really getting too old to play Vin, and that upsets me.
Her titties is too big, dog.
I know. They can. Hollywood can fix that shit up. Yeah. Wow.
You just completely.
I just censored like the next 8 things I was gonna say.
Thank you for saving me the trouble.
I think the first thing that popped in my head, I think I'd have had to be like, "No, you gotta cut that." I'll tell you off mic after.
Oh no. Yeah, man.
Okay, you know what? I'm about to split hairs.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm gonna give it to Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Because the MCU never went to shit on his watch. But Hugh Jackman was still on the boat when the X-Men franchise started sinking.
We really are splitting hairs with that
We
one.
really are, yep. That's all I got, motherfucker. That's all I got. He was in Apocalypse. That's all I got.
Oh, shit. Ooh, boy. Okay. Well, next up in round 2, we have Josh Brolin's Thanos versus Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther.
Sorry, Chadwick. I'm sorry. Look, he's amazing as Black Panther, but I mean, there are at least 2 other actors I'd really love to see in that role. I think
me and who else? Aldous Hodge.
No, Aldous Hodge and John David Washington.
Oh, so yeah, 3 others. You mean 2 others besides me? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But well, actually, I thought you said James Gunn had you locked in for Aqualad.
I never said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, because I had to do like a lot of swimming and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just figured.
But you get the cool beam swords.
Yeah, I would, but then he said something about, me being like, I don't know, 20 years too old to be Aqualad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, really?
That's fair.
Okay.
I just figured they could see the CGI.
Yeah, I thought so too. But then he said, like, I had to get rid of the beard and.
They can take that mustache right off with the CG. Yeah, the CGI. Yeah, they can do that.
He was vehemently against that for some reason.
DC has the technology. They got like a chamber they can put
where they can
in.
just get rid of the mustache.
Yeah, they already have this. They spent like $10 million on it, famously. It looks great.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, it's Thanos. Just because I love Chadwick. I do. I love his version of Black Panther. But when I read Thanos in the comics, Josh Brolin's voice plays in my head. I never knew I needed it before I had it. And now I do. And now I just don't. I can't envision anybody else trying to be that character. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, Chadwick is a fucking absolute legend. I've never seen him not kill it in anything he was in ever. Yeah. If it was like their entire portfolios against each other, fuck Men in Black 3. Like,
I couldn't remember if you liked that movie or not.
I do, and I actually I think Josh Brolin absolutely fucking kills it when he's trying to be
young,
young
Agent J,
Tommy Lee Jones, yeah. K.
Okay, yeah, I always because his name is Kevin.
Yeah, the young K, yeah. And he fucking kills it in that movie. Yeah, if it was the overall portfolio, absolutely it goes to Chadwick. But since we're just talking about, his Black Panther versus Thanos, I'm going with Thanos here.
Yep. I'm not mad at that at all. It's a tough out. It's not that Chadwick isn't fucking legendary as Black Panther, but it's just, I mean, what do you do with Josh Brolin's Thanos? Like that's a tough out.
It is.
Next up in round 2. Christian Bale's Batman or Ian McKellen's Magneto?
God damn it.
Boy.
Gonna go Christian Bale. And this is why. There are a lot of other Batmen. I have no problem saying that he's the best. But there are 2 Magnetos, and I could take either one. And because of that, Christian Bale is going to inch it out.
Boy, that is... We're splitting hairs again, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I mean, I don't know what else I could base it on other than that. I mean, go longevity, but, I mean, Christian Bale has quite a bit of screen time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of screen time. I mean, honestly, Christian Bale might still have slightly more.
Yeah, because, like, the camera's on this motherfucker, like, all the time, Yeah. And I mean, it's just, we also get to see him, he takes the full journey as that character, whereas we come in, where Magneto is kind of towards the end anyway.
30 years ago, he was towards his end.
Right, yeah.
And now he's still.
And now he's in Doomsday at like 80-something. The fuck, man. And about to play Gandalf again.
Oh my gosh. Man, this motherfucker loves to work. I hope to be retired by the time I'm 15 years younger than that.
I was seeing this thing the other day. I forget. It was one of those, like, past the camera TikTok things. And, like, the Lord of the Rings cast was doing it on the set of the Hunt for Gollum movie. Mm-hmm. And, like, they tried to do that shit with Ian McKellen, and he was just like, get that camera out of my face.
He's like, I got 17 and a half days left to live.
That's right. I'm not doing this fucking malarkey with you. But, yeah, Christian Bale is goated, and like we got 2 great Magnetos. So like if we lose Ian McKellen here, we still got Fassbender.
Oh man. And last in round 2, Chris Evans Captain America or Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier. Ooh boy.
God damn it. It's not gonna get any easier.
Nope. You just think, like, it didn't happen this time, but, like, there's a world where, like, you picked Magneto instead of Christian Bale's Batman, And it could have been Professor X versus Magneto.
I know. Yeah, I know. Okay, Patrick Stewart against
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yep.
Okay. It is. I'll be honest, man. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this one. I gotta hit this one with the same one I hit the last one with.
Okay. Okay.
There's only one Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had the 1990s captain.
No, I fucking know. Yeah. There's only one Steve Rogers. And while I do think that, like, so for me, because of the terrible direction that they took the writing in, Patrick Stewart's Professor X, to me, is definitively better than McAvoy's. Although I still love McAvoy.
Yeah.
If you just take McAvoy from, like, the first two movies, incredible. And even he himself is still really good in Apocalypse. The movie's just stupid. But by the time you get into Dark Phoenix, the writing for his character is so fucking terrible that, like, he can't outact it. You know what I mean?
No.
He just can't. There's nothing he can do. Patrick Stewart never really had to deal with that shit. Even though he was like, he could have been like, hey, let's not explain everyone's powers.
Man, am I the only one who would like to see McAvoy and Fassbender return in the MCU and just let them age into the roles? I know that's like it'd be a huge commitment on their parts, but fuck it, it's for my entertainment. Yeah,
no, I mean, I would love that, but I think what they want to do is, I think they want to go in like a whole completely different direction, and I actually support that. I have been 1,000,000% team Taron Egerton Wolverine for a while, still am. So, yeah, they can make it happen.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I just have to get over the fact that they blue ball us. They teased us with the old Calverine.
Yeah, the Calverine was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be mad. What if, like, Secret Wars, we got the Calverine?
Oh, man. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I'll be up for that.
So you're going with Chris Evans?
Yes. As much as Patrick Stewart is fucking incredible, Chris Evans is just, he is Steve Rogers. He just embodies Steve Rogers so well. Also, we said we weren't going to take these things into consideration. However, Patrick Stewart was in the 84 Dune movie, and he has to pay for that. So
you can't keep holding that against him.
All right, I'll drop it as of now.
I don't believe it. Oh, boy. Man. Semifinals. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or Josh Brolin as Thanos. Which performance was better?
And what's crazy is this is a rubber match.
Oh, yeah. We're running it back for a third time.
Yeah. Because, Thanos beat him, and then he beat Thanos. And
he had help.
Okay, Thanos had a gauntlet when he won, and Iron Man had a gauntlet when he won.
Hey, I mean...
That's fair.
No, I'm saying he had a whole team, though, Iron Man
So did Thanos.
And he's like, he brought his team because Iron Man brought his team.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
No, when Thanos rolled his team up, it was just fucking Steve Rogers over there.
No, dog. See, Thanos rolled up. He had the crew in the whip with him in the car, and he said, we're going to drive by the fucking Avengers mansion right quick, and we're going to jar out, the motherfucking Avengers. Only 3 walked out. Thanos said, y'all stay over here. I got this. So he hops down like a motherfucking G. And then the 3 of them, you had Thor, Tony, and Steve, who all walked up on Thanos. They didn't say, hey, man, you sure you want to run the 3-on-1? No, they just, it was the 3 of them on him. You know what I mean? That was fucked up. And then like the whole squad came out, fucking all the Avengers, the Guardians, everybody. And so Thanos then was like, well, I got to get my crew now. You know what I mean? So, I just think that Thanos, I'm not saying Thanos is right, but I'm saying, in rules of engagement, he was trying to run the fair one, and Iron Man cheated.
How about the airship? The giant spaceship that he had?
Oh, so, well, what about it?
The one that was like bombarding motherfuckers.
So he didn't start bombarding motherfuckers until they started bringing out fucking
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
you never
I was
heard
gonna
of.
say mutant witches.
He's like, nobody told me about this. I wasn't properly prepared for this. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so the matter at hand. This is hard. This is so difficult. There's not a single second to me that Brolin isn't incredible as Thanos.
To me, he is what Heath Ledger was in The Dark Knight, where everyone's delivering phenomenal performances, but this just stands out above.
Yeah,
everything else.
Because Infinity War is a Thanos movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Infinity War is a Thanos movie. You could argue that Endgame is kind of a Tony Stark movie.
Yeah.
Or an Iron Man movie. It's tough, man. It's really tough. I'm just gonna... We're splitting hairs here again. But I'm going to have to go with RDJ. And the only reason I'm going to have to go with RDJ is there is no Infinity Saga if he doesn't build it up off of his own back. Mm-hmm. We don't get to Infinity War if Avengers isn't making $1 billion.
Right.
If Iron Man's not, turning people's heads and going, oh, there's this superhero that I never gave a fuck about. Mm-hmm. I do now. There's, there's nothing without, okay, well, we got this guy back for Civil War. Now this is this huge deal. Is Iron Man done? Oh, no, we got him back for 3 more movies. We just don't get to Thanos without an Iron Man.
Right.
And once again, splitting hairs. But if I hold these two, their importance in the same regard, I have to look at the fact that Josh Brolin, Iron Man was there when there was a different actor voicing Thanos.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin never even gets cast if RDJ isn't killing it. So
that's true.
That's just the one. That's the one little thing that tips it.
Very true. Well, I wish I could tell you that this round is easier, but I don't think it is. Christian Bale's Batman or Chris Evans as Captain America.
Motherfucker.
Ooh, boy. That's tough, man.
That is a very tough one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The box office receipts are pretty close. Mm-hmm. Although, 2 of Bale's movies cleared $1 billion.
Yeah.
Only one Captain America movie did that. But it made like $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
So,
Captain America in France.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Hey, it said Captain America on the marquee. You know what I'm correct. Saying? He's listed first in the credits. Captain Friends. This is an interesting one. It's gonna be hard for me to give Christian Bale the L in this.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, try to make this maybe more compelling for you. And not that it has to have any bearing at all, but I'm just gonna go back and forth and ask you what the opposing side's equivalent is. So, for example, does Christian Bale's Batman to you have a moment that is equivalent to the elevator scene in Winter Soldier?
Absolutely. Several.
Do tell.
I'll say the scene where he flips the truck in Dark Knight.
Okay.
Yep. Is an incredible one. I really, really love the line he delivers to Catwoman in Rises. When she says, "You've given the city everything." He says, "Not everything, not yet."
Yeah.
The conviction he delivers that with, incredible. There's just so many great lines and moments for all of them. I mean, shit, even, when he comes in during the Joker's, like, crazy monologue, Heath Ledger just fucking chewing the screen, when he says a little bit of fight in you, I like that. And then he comes in with the "You're gonna love me," and just starts wrecking everybody's shit. Holy fuck, what a great moment. I don't know, man. This is the hardest one for me yet.
Does Chris Evans as Captain America have an equivalent to the Dark Knight interrogation scene?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say that he does. And it's probably... his back and forth with Tony at the end of Civil War. I really hate that we're going to split hairs on this. I'm going to give it to Chris Evans.
Oh.
And the only thing that gives him just the little 0.1% to get the W here is the fact that he is Steve Rogers. And while I do think that Christian Bale is goated as Batman, other people have done the job just fine. I mean, I think Pattinson is great. I think Batfleck has his moments. I think Keaton has his moments. Hell,
Kilmer.
I really like Kilmer as Batman as well. So a lot of people have successfully played that role, even though I think he's the best at it. But when it comes to Steve Rogers, only one person's ever embodied that character. And, I can't sit here and go, oh, well, it's going to be easier to recast Steve Rogers than it is to recast Batman, because that shit's already been done twice.
Yeah. And
they're about to do it again. Whereas, nobody's even thought about recasting Steve Rogers, because how the fuck could you do that?
It's going to be tough.
They just had to be like, well, we're just going to make it a different character. Yeah. Fucking Falcon is just Captain America now.
Exactly.
Because what the fuck are we going to do? So, yeah, I mean, what's crazy is, in a world where Tom Holland was never cast as Spider-Man, I could see him possibly being a Steve Rogers. He'd have to get the fucking gym. But
in terms of his demeanor,
I think he has the chops to pull it off. I also think this is kind of a shot in the dark here, but I also think that Miles Teller would probably do a great job.
I've just gaslit myself into not seeing him do anything else but be the Maker. In the MCU.
Yeah,
I need to see him be an evil variant of Reed Richards.
Yes. But all that being said, I gotta give it to Chris Evans here.
Man, that's tough, but you know what? I'm not mad at that reasoning.
Yeah, that's all I got.
But for the finals, you have set yourself up for the motherfucking conundrum.
I know. Trust me. I've been thinking about it over here. I'm like, okay, well, if I slot this person,
So, homies, for the finals in the best superhero actor / performance tournament, it comes down to Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Chris Evans as Captain America.
A Civil War of sorts.
A Civil War rematch.
Yeah.
Civil War.
There's not much left I can say about these two characters that I haven't said tonight already. So I'm not going to break the rules. They were already broken when I got here. I'm not going to pick. It's a draw for the title. I refuse. I can't do it. I can't do it. We could sit here and split hairs for the next 4 hours. But, I mean, how do I sit here and say that, like, one of these two would be better off without the other? Because, like, they both stand apart on their own, but you can't argue that, like, seeing them on screen together was incredible every time.
Yeah.
The chemistry that they had, their chemistry, to me, is one of the most special things in the MCU, and it's the thing that we miss the most about it post them. Like, there are characters that have incredible chemistry in the MCU after that. I think Doctor Strange and Spider-Man is probably one of the better examples of that. We all love, Bucky and Sam.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing has been on the level of these two together. Like, when you see them on the screen solo, it's great. But when you see them on screen together, whether they're friends, enemies, frenemies, whatever, and, like, the thing that made Endgame so good was, the story between these two that started in the very first Avengers movie when they butt heads. And to see that come to fruition with Cap saying, with Cap being the guy who never thought he was going to be able to have a life. Like, he just was so dedicated to being that sword for justice, and for what was right, in spite of all odds, and being a symbol. And then, you had Robert Downey Jr., who was, or Tony Stark, who was just so absorbed in himself and couldn't see beyond himself. And for them to go on the journey that they have of being complete polar opposites and fucking, damn near hating each other, and to see them come through all of that, and for Cap to get the happy ending, and for Tony to sacrifice it all for everyone. There is not really anything else in the cinema like it to get that kind of... It's so rare that one character gets that kind of journey, but for two to get that kind of journey and for them to intertwine so perfectly and have that kind of chemistry, that is so unique in cinema. I can't name another example. I mean, you could say Magneto and Professor X. That's got to be the second closest, but it took 4 fucking actors to pull that off.
Right.
And even then, I mean, I don't know that they ever got that nice little bow on it.
No, not really.
Like we got with these characters. So yeah, man, I refuse.
You know what?
I'm not calling it.
I will accept that. Had I manually arranged these, knowing what I know now,
you'd have put it in the first round.
Absolutely.
The duo just gets to fight all the way through.
Oh shit! But then they still make it to the end.
They still make it to the end. So fuck you and all your time. Every timeline, we end up right back here.
It's a goddamn canon event.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit. There you have it, folks. Caleb did not see this episode coming. I did not see this ending coming. But I'm not mad at that, though. I was sitting over here wondering, how do you choose between Chris Evans' performance as Captain America and RDJ as Iron Man? And the answer is you really can't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
But man, that is tremendous. I look back here at this tournament list here, and yeah, it is so interesting to look at because, yeah, you just wonder if this were flipped around, reshuffled, reorganized, does it still come out looking the same way?
Is Jackie Earle Haley's Rorschach the worst performance on the whole list? Because you picked some bangers here.
I feel hesitant to say the worst. I don't know. Because the reason I put Jackie Earl Haley on here is because physically and performance wise, you won't never find another one.
Right, I agree. Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to say who the worst of the 16 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was incredible, man. This was tough. To the point where I just couldn't do it at the end. So.
Yeah, it was so interesting because putting it together, and then at first I had like a higher list, but then I said, let me trim this down some.
I mean, I could have flipped a coin, I could have rolled a dice, but at the end of the day, I mean, what is that?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's just funny how it came down to those two.
Yeah.
But I love that, though. Absolutely, I love that.
Yeah.
And homers, hope you guys enjoyed that as well. I mean, it's hard to argue, man. Like you can say what you want about the MCU and about maybe some of the missteps they've had, but Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Chris Evans as Captain America, you can say maybe the two best decisions that the MCU has ever made is casting those two. Not just because they are perfect in those roles, but their chemistry together is just unmatched.
Yeah. And I mean, they really turned them into two of the biggest stars on the planet.
Yeah.
In that process.
Yeah, they can really do anything now in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that tournament as much as I did. I had a blast over here watching Caleb squirm and contemplate and do all the things that he just didn't want to do.
I did do the thing.
So next week's episode is also going to be very fun as well, at least for me. The homie Caleb here is one of the smartest people I know, which is great because he is going to help me answer some of the greatest questions, plot holes, and conspiracy theories all throughout superhero comic book medium. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun here. I have an ever-growing list of questions that I've been formulating, and I can't wait to go over these with you.
Don't you and Dylan have something terrible to review or?
Oh, sure, bro. Yeah, we can do that whenever. Also, I have decided here recently I am going to temporarily shelf the Witcher review, and I think instead we'll just review Stranger Things as it comes out.
Yes.
So we know that we have part 1 of 3
coming out tonight. Yeah, folks. Yeah. As we are recording this, I'm about to go home and watch 4 fucking hours of Stranger Things or more. I don't know how long these episodes are. They could all be 90 minutes.
Yeah, I have no idea how long these things are. So we'll probably do that in 2 weeks. That'll give me enough time to at least watch all of that.
Yep.
So,
and we also pretty soon should probably do Mighty 9. You should absolutely check that out.
I should probably get started on that.
It is stellar.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first 2. Episode 4 comes out tonight, so 3 is already out. 4 comes out tonight. And I mean, it's been consistently in the top 10 on Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Yeah, that and I mean, Has Been Hotel also has been coming out. And there was a long wait for that season, for season 2. So I really like seeing how many people are getting on the Mighty 9 bandwagon with Vox Machina being so popular. Because I think Mighty 9 is, at least at this point in time, Vox Machina is very humor and action heavy, especially in the beginning. And Mighty 9 is not that. This is very much a story driven, character driven kind of narrative. Okay. And so yeah, I mean, obviously there's a big plot and there's some action scenes and stuff, but the depth of the characters in this one, I think is, I don't want to say that they have more depth than the Vox Machina characters, but I will say that from jump, we're getting right into the character stuff. Whereas Mighty 9 kind of had to pull people in with the humor and the violence, and then it was okay, well, now that we have you here, let's do this stuff. Yeah, Mighty 9 just straight up starts out with that. So
yeah, I have to give that a watch then. I will put that higher up on my list of shit to do.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's based on this society, and they have this this beacon, and their whole society is based around the shit. And they have reincarnation because of this object. So like if you die anywhere near it, your soul like goes into it, and then it gets recycled, and you can get reborn, and you still have all your memories and shit.
Oh.
And then someone steals it, of course.
Yeah.
And and that sets off this whole crazy chain of events. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too shabby then. But homies, that is going to be all for tonight's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. And as always, if you guys would have done things differently, who would you guys have be the winner of the Best Superhero Actor Tournament? Or hell, maybe your favorite wasn't even on the list. If that's the case, I really want to know who your favorite superhero actor is.
Yeah, I want to know who it is too.
But with that being said, homies, that's going to be all for now. But we will be back again very soon with more awesome, very fun content for you all. So until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.